Hello, my name is Dana Lyons, and I am broadcasting from Bellingham, Washington, the cultural center of Whatcom County on the west coast of North America, right near the Canadian border. And I have a special treat today, mostly a special treat for myself. Today is my friend Jane Goodall's birthday. And she's over at home in England now. And we had an email exchange yesterday, and she requested that I sing my song, The Tree, for her birthday lullaby. It's 3 in the afternoon here in Bellingham, Washington, and it's about 11 p.m. at night over in England. So I imagine the big birthday party is winding down. I happen to know it's a small birthday party because we're all we're all with our families or on our own, including Jane, as we go through this challenging time. Excuse me. But I've got to sing The Tree many times for Jane at events with her and at different gatherings, so I'm really happy to sing it today. I met Jane at a chimposium, yes, in Ellensburg, Washington, where there is a chimpanzee sanctuary. And we all gathered there for a Roots and Shoots gathering. Roots and Shoots is the youth organization that Jane and her team has founded, and they do many incredibly good things for the environment and education all over the world. But not sure if you're on for the live broadcast, Jane, or if you'll catch this when it's archived, but either way, you'll hopefully get to see it. But here's your birthday tune. I'll take a deep breath. Make believe it's 11 p.m. and that I'm winding down for getting ready for bed, like you are over in England. It's the afternoon here. It's the morning in Australia. Another deep breath. And for those of us here, we can relax with this too. And here it is. There's a river flowing near me, and I've watched that river change and grow. For 800 years I have lived here, through the wind, the fire, and the snow. I see salmon return every summer, and I watch young owls learn to fly. I have felt the claws of the grizzly, and I have heard the lone wolf's cry. I have seen great glaciers melting, And I've met lightning eye to eye. But now I hear bulldozers coming, and I know that I am soon to die. Who will house the owl? And who will hold that river shore? And who will take refuge in my shadow when my shadow falls no more? Oh, but now I hear children running and circling my trunk, hands soft and strong. People are holding to my branches, so the wind may always carry my song. Thank you for requesting that, Jane. I haven't sung that in a surprisingly long time, in part because I haven't been on tour for quite a while. That's a special song. All songs are sacred. My friend and teacher, the late Chadiscadim Wichtalam, Lummi Indian spiritual leader from right here in the Bellingham area, he once told me that every song is a prayer. And when you pray, you need to put your full attention into it. And he said that if I'm ever performing and I feel my mind wandering, which happens once in a while, you got to remember that every song is a prayer. He says to me, even Cows with Guns is a prayer. And certainly the tree is. And this song, Jane knows this story, but this actually came from a tree. I spent 4 days next to a tree when I had injured my back landscaping, and this song came out, and I thought, oh, this must be the tree song. I didn't really think much about it. Uh, but played it all over the place. At concerts, I'd say, "Yeah, I think this was the Tree song." I didn't really have any meaning around that in my brain. Um, but then I happened to be going to Orcas Island, and my friend Kurt Rousseau said, "Hey, you coming to celebration?" "What celebration?" "Oh, there's a big celebration. They saved Madrona Point and gave it back to the Lummi Indians. It's going to be a big development there, and there's a big celebration." And I got there and sang the Tree. And I noticed when I sang it that the elders were really into it. And afterwards, the chief and a couple of the elders were talking to me, and they said, "Where'd you get that song?" And I said, "Well, I was 4 days next to this tree, and the song came out. I've always thought it was the Tree song." And he said, "Well, that's because it is." I'm like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah, yeah, I recognize the tune." I'm like, "Oh?" And he said, "Yeah, I recognize it. It's a song. The song came from a tree. It's a tree from around here. Trees from different areas have different kinds of songs." And he explained to me that the Native Americans in our region get a lot of their music from trees, that each tree has its own individual song. And if their tradition was to spend 3 or 4 days next to a tree and listen. And at some point, you'd hear the tree song. They sing it with a drummer and put it on the flute. And he said, "Yeah, you inadvertently did this ritual and you got the song." So I was like, that was one of the more earth-changing things in my life. Um, Another earth-changing thing that was as big as watching you, Jane, watching you talk to animals. At the Chimposium, I got to watch you do sign language with the chimpanzees. And in North Carolina, we're walking through a crowd of people, and I watched you stop to chat with a little dog. I think it was like a little poodle. And I know you speak English with a parrot in New York City. I don't know if the parrot is still with us, but um, as most of us know, certainly all children know, that animals communicate in their own way, and to watch Jane do that. And so knowing that trees have their song and that plants and animals can communicate in their own way, I got to tell you, it takes me a lot longer to walk through the forest, because you got to saying hi to everybody. It takes forever. There's a lot of trees, a lot of animals out there, but sometimes I don't remember that. Um, but in any case, a very happy birthday to you, Jane. And it's just really fun to be able to do, because the only reason we can communicate is we're both off tour. Jane does 300 appearances a year. That's about 3 times as many as I do. And she's just on perpetual tour, and now she's home. I'm imagining this is quite a profound time for you to be home with your family. And I'm curious what it's like for you to not be on the road perpetually. I'm sure parts of it are really great, and parts of it are like, okay, let's get going. I'm not sure what it's like for you. But very, very happy birthday. Thank you so much for all you do. And I know you're saying, well, thank you so much for all you do. And Jane is like one of the great voices for all of us in the world. And so many of us are inspired by you, Jane. And we're all doing our best to protect Mother Earth and all the beautiful creatures. And we're each taking our skills and using them the best we can, whatever age we are. And I know that Jane has a particularly soft spot in her heart for the children who are working to protect Mother Earth and nature. And if you're not familiar with Roots and Shoots, I know Jane's familiar with Roots and Shoots, but for others who are watching, Roots and Shoots is just a beautiful organization. It's inspired by Jane Goodall and her team, and basically small groups of children and sometimes just adults, but they get together. You choose the projects you work on. The only rule is you have to do one project for the animals, one project for the environment, and one project for people. And the organization is to serve and educate. So, all right. I imagine you've had a long day of phone calls and happy birthday songs on the phone, so I'll let you go, but I'll take a deep breath. I hope you have sweet dreams tonight. And anytime you want me to sing you a song, just send an email. I'm here, stationed in my studio for the foreseeable future. All right. Sweet dreams, Jane, and sweet dreams to everyone going to sleep in Europe, and a very pleasant day to the rest of us who are in the middle of the day. All right. Good night.